Thank you very much. The Honorable Lady there.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Nachimuli Helen is my name, Kalangala, woman representative. I also rise to support the motion, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, Rotary Uganda or Rotary International has really been good to us, we the islanders, especially those in Kalangala district that I'm very well versed with. The Sese Kampala Rotary Club and Kalangala Rotary Club have really done us good. Sese Kalangala has given us, they have constructed a health center in Bwezadaje, in Bufumira sub-county. They have constructed a primary school. Right Honorable Speaker, these islands are very far from the health facilities provided by government and different services from government because they are dispersed in different areas. They have also done medical outreaches, and I'm sure they're still doing so. They have as well given us drugs. And I'm also very sure they're going to do so in Bokassa Health Center 4, because the government is still relaxed about providing equipment in one of the, they're still relaxed, I don't know if they're relaxed or sleeping, about giving us materials in one of the health center 4s. Like I said before, we make referrals from one health center to another health center 4, not to a hospital. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and I support the motion.
Thank you very much. Yes, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Dr. Waiga Michael Ulume is my name. I stand to second the motion. First of all, apart from everything that Rotary has done to this country and to the world over, there are certain values that they have instilled in the populations that they have been working with. I'm one of the persons that have been working very closely with Rotary. And one of the values that they talk about is whether in everything that we do, whether it is the truth, whether it is fair to all concerned, whether it will build good relations to all persons concerned. Those values have been instilled in the populations that have been working closely with Rotary. At times, many people think that to be a Rotarian, you need to be a rich person. Far from it. You just need to be a person with a big heart, with a heart that gives, that is willing to help. That is how they have won the respect of all persons in the world, of the people who may not be earning a lot, but they are willing to give something to help another person to have a better life. In Mbuikwe district, in Mbuikwe South in particular, they have assisted our populations to get water, especially in the schools, far to rich areas. They have assisted us get medicines and gather doctors, nurses, all professionals to come around and give help in hard to reach areas, and they reach them with health facilities, cancer screening, etc. They have donated machines, x-rays, operation tables in the health sector, and so on. Right Honorable Speaker, it is this generosity that is exhibited by Rotary International that we need to cherish, and indeed I support the motion, and I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Is that Ginger? Okay, yes, please.
I'm Joyce Sachan.
Ah, okay. The mask, you know.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I also rise to second the motion on the ground that Rotary Club has done a lot for people with disabilities. I represent people with disabilities in the whole Uganda. And Rotary Club always put advocacy to better the life of people with disabilities on top of their agenda. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to bring to the attention of this House that the Rotary Club of Uganda has partnered with Katalema to manufacture wheelchairs, and they always donate this wheelchair for free. I therefore second the motion.
Thank you very much. Is that a rule?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Komakesh Christopher, Aro County Member of Parliament. I rise to support the motion moved by Honorable Tayewa on behalf of the speechless. 76% of the population in Uganda are youth and young children. At that time, if you have ever been a youth, or which you have, emotions are high, dreams are unexpected. Youth get lost in addiction, alcohol, heroin, and cocaine. And what Rotary has done is to organize this youth into a club known as Interact. Honorable members, Interact Club play a great role in this nation. I was a president, in quotes. Many youths have become presidents. The title of having president alone embedded upon you gives you dream to become a leader tomorrow. Maybe I'm standing here because once I was a leader in the Interact Club of Zia Senior Secondary School. I want to recommend Rotary International for coming at a time when youth need help and maybe only schools could. Right Honorable Speaker, I second the motion. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Arua Central.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Atima Jackson, Central Division, Arua City. I rise to support this motion, Right Honorable Speaker. I welcome the President of the Rotary Club International and his better half and his directors to Uganda. I ask colleagues of this House to join Rotary Club as it is a very prestigious club. Right Honorable Speaker, I support this motion because I was a beneficiary and I'm still a beneficiary of Rotary activities in West Nile region. Kuluva Hospital, which was talked about, when supplies came to that hospital, I was the hospital administrator. We established incubation center for premature children in Kuluva Hospital by Rotary Club, Arua Hospital, Maracha Hospital, and this was done by Rotary International. Medical equipments were supplied in the region by Rotary Club. Wheelchairs for disabled people was supplied by Rotary Club. School feeding program was supported by Rotary Club. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to say Rotary Club is worth club to be supported. I move to support this motion. Thank you very much. I beg to submit.
Yes, Honorable.
Right Honorable Speaker, my name is Faith Philo Kunhira, Woman Member of Parliament. Woman Member of Parliament for the District of Chenjojo, and I rise to support this motion like all my other colleagues. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to appreciate the great work that Rotary has done towards children. In my years of service to my community, Rotary was able to support 2 children. One of them was butchered by his relatives due to land, and this young girl was taken to the USA by the Rotary Club of Kampala East here, and she received corrective surgery, which was a very, very intense surgery for her life. I rise again to support Rotary International for a young boy at the age of 6 years old who was burnt by his relatives due to stealing food. At 6 years old, this young boy was walking on his fours, and Rotary International was able to again take this young boy to the USA, and he received corrective surgery. Today, he's in senior 3 and walking very well and walking straight. I rise as a Rotarian myself, as a former president and as a PHF member, to say Rotary is one of the best places for anybody to belong, and encourage my colleagues to join Rotary. And I would like to say, I give you all Rotary in this house. And we always say Rotary world over.
Thank you. Kayunga.
I thank you, Right Honorable, for this opportunity to contribute to the matter on the floor. Right Honorable, I join the rest of the colleagues to support the motion because each and every one of us here has a reason to support, to commend for the reasons well elaborated by each and every one of us. And for me, one of them is that I had 2 patients in Kayunga. They were little children, and they needed to be operated because they had heart complications. And that was done by the Rotary Club.
Order, Right Honorable.
Right Honorable, I therefore want to make a proposal. Right Honorable, put on the mask. So, Right Honorable, I want to make a proposal therefore.
Don't put on record what is not on record. Proceed.
Right Honorable, I just wanted to make a proposal that each and every one of us at least contributes 200,000 out of our next month's emoluments as a way of showing that we really appreciate what Rotary Club is doing for this country and especially for our communities. Because if Rotary has not impacted on you as a person, then as a community, you have benefited in one way or another. 200,000 shillings is very small to raise this alarm that I'm seeing here. So, honorable members, we just can't support. Let us act and contribute the least, which is 200,000, out of our next month's emoluments. Right Honorable, I beg to propose, and I beg to submit.
Thank you. Agago. Chibuku.
Thank you. Thank you so much, the Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion. Mr. Speaker, the act of giving, the act of helping people, it is a divine activities. It touches both the body, the soul, and the spirit. Mr. Speaker, when you see and reflect on the mandate and the principles of the Rotary Club, Mr. Speaker, almost 80% of Ugandans' members of parliament, they play that role. The constituencies and the way members of parliament always help the needy qualify almost every member of parliament to be
Rotarian.
Rotarian. It's just a matter of normalizing, so members of parliament should become a lifespan members of Rotary Club. Mr. Speaker, the spirit the Rotary Club is holding, it has a concept behind. The concept is not only giving. The concept is just spiritual. The concept of the truth, the concept of being fair, the concept of reflecting of all what you do, that always go well with the human, with the environment. Mr. Speaker, some few minutes ago, we have been talking and we said all what we do should be above self. The woman MP of Gulu City brought a matter which was very important for this country. The young people, given all the fairness of the education which is crumbling, is moving in a very poor state because of COVID-19. But the act which is taking place to the extent that those students are being denied their education, it is almost far and very far from the spirit of Rotary Club. Mr. Speaker, I call for all the people who are responsible to face this kind of truth and to carry the integrity so that we care, and we care for this young one in Gulu School of Health Sciences who are loitering and are moving on the street without anywhere to go and sleep. Mr. Speaker, I stand to second the motion, but above all, to rescue those students. I thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable, I rise to join colleagues to support the motion moved by Honorable Taiwa. Right Honorable, last term, when I served as Minister of State for Local Government, I moved around throughout the country, at times at the invitation of colleagues, to commission projects, health facilities, water projects contributed by Rotary. And I want to salute them. But also, Chibuku as a constituency, we benefited from Rotary when they gave us 100 wheelchairs. It's a sign of kindness and love to humankind, but also a sign of patriotism. And I want to encourage all of us. I know we are providing a service, like my colleague mentioned, that we are Rotarians in one way or another, but I want to encourage all of us to join the Rotary clubs wherever we are, so that we can continue supporting our people. In water, we say even a drop counts. So whatever contribution we make will make an impact on some individual. I thank you, and I want to salute all the Rotarians within Uganda and outside Uganda. I thank you, Right Honorable. Irad Kibale.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. For the record, I'm Babas Jennifer Chomhendo, the Human Member of Parliament for Kagadi District.
Which one?
Kagadi District.
Kagadi.
Right Honorable Speaker, I'm happy to be a Rotarian. I belong to Bukoto Rotary Fellowship. And I want to tell you members, Rotary is about humanitarian. It's about giving and serving. All of us here, we've been Rotarians in our own capacities. Whether you're Rotarian by affiliation, but as a member of Parliament, I'm sure each of us has been a Rotarian in his or her own capacity. Rotary being a responding system to the human need, I'm very grateful to be part of it. Kagadi District was able, or I had two of my people in Kagadi who were operated on their huts and under Rotary Fellowship.
I'm very glad that Rotary, I belong to Rotary Club. As a member of Bukoto Fellowship, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, Bukoto Fellowship has a signature project in a district called Gomba, and this project is in a village called Kaptemba. We have completely transformed this village. We have put up a school and all the facilities that are required for that school. This school has helped so many people, the community and the children who are walking 8 kilometers to reach the nearest school. And this was very dangerous, especially for the girl child, where they risked being sexually abused on their way. Right Honorable Speaker and members, the interventions that create holistic and positive impact on the communities, like education, economic empowerment, creation of food security, provision of basic health services, accessibility of clean and safe water, and proper sanitation facilities as a result of Rotarians make me very humbled. Members, I want to tell you that Rotary is a brotherhood. Wherever you go, whether you are out of the country, you don't need to say much, just say I'm a Rotarian. You'll be welcomed in that fellowship. I therefore commend all members to come and share these 4 values, peace, and invite you to embrace this Rotary. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, we should be drawing to a close pretty soon. Can I have, honorable members, can we limit the time we spend on this matter now so that, should I give a time, 2 minutes? 2 minutes, 1 minute? Let's do 2 minutes.
Thank you very much.
I'll start with the Honorable Lady, then I come to Bulamoji, then I come to Kapchorwa. Honorable Ngompek, you have just stood up now, please. No, I've not seen you standing. Then I cover this area. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Hope Grania Nakaziwe, District Woman Representative, Mubende District. I would also like to join the honorable members who have commended the work of Rotary International and in Uganda. I want to thank the Honorable Government Chief Whip for bringing about this motion and welcome the President of Rotary International and his dear wife to Uganda. Rotary International and Rotary Uganda has done commendable piece of work, especially when it gets to protecting our...
Your 2 minutes might be up.
Not yet, sir. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Wira Sano Deva, MP Bulamot County, Kaliro District. I stand
So there was a problem with the
to
microphone?
support the motion on one ground that Rotary came to Kaliro District in my constituency at a time when we had lost hope to get good services as far as health services were concerned. They have allocated to build a modern maternity ward at Umanya Health Center 4. This is an issue, a service that cannot be forgotten and go away when it has not been appreciated. Therefore, I stand to support the motion. I want to urge government to continue protecting the Rotarians. I beg to submit.
Thank you very much. Kapchorwa.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank the mover of the motion. Thank you. I want to support it. Kapchorwa or Sebe in general have not had those services we have talked about. But I would like to take this opportunity. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome the Rotary Club to Kapchorwa District and to Sebe region as a whole. I want to concur with the Honorable Nantaba for the 200,000. I want to be the first, so that the next thing which will follow are the activities which you will bring to my district. You are most welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Kibanda, Honorable
Thank
Ngompek.
you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Linus Ngompek, Chivanda North. I have been a beneficiary of lottery, Kampala East. In my constituency, they have a project at Silver Village in Buyeli Town Council, health camps, helping schools and school-going children. I also benefited by getting deworming tablets on 2 occasions. We used to have issues with worms, but now I think I'm okay, just because of Rotary intervention. Therefore, I stand to second the motion and urge members to join Rotary Kampala South. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm Chiaga Hilary Innocent, Member of Parliament, Maokota North. Right Honorable Speaker, I represent an area that has an island called Buyiga Island. Some of us who represent people in the island think these people have clean water, or because they live next to water. Rotary Club came and rescued these people who were suffering from water-related diseases and gave us over 10 boreholes. So I rise, Right Honorable Speaker, to support the motion because they have done a good service to my constituents. Beg to submit.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, for record, I am Salongo Kakembo Mikairi Mwatekama, the Member of Parliament for Entebbe Municipality. Right Honorable Speaker, I am standing here to thank Honorable colleague Thomas for this motion and to support the motion on behalf of the people of Entebbe, those who have benefited from the good work of these ladies and gentlemen who have decided to serve beyond self, those who have benefited and those yet to benefit from the services. We have seen Rotary International in Entebbe fighting to reduce accident by painting quite a number of zebra crossings and traffic signs in Entebbe. In Entebbe Grade B Hospital, which is now a regional referral hospital, we have seen Rotary International coming up to provide a generator that is supplying electricity, light in Grade B Hospital, and a very big water tank to provide us with the clean water in the hospital. And quite very many schools have benefited in the activities of Rotary International. Therefore, on behalf of my people of Entebbe Municipality, those who are benefiting and yet to benefit, it will be very unfair if I don't stand here to thank these ladies and gentlemen who have sacrificed whatever they have to serve beyond self these people and our people of Uganda. And I support this motion, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Sechans Bernard Chiria, representing the people of Budiebo County from a vulnerable district called Nakasongola, because it is in central, but it's as if it is in extreme end of the country because of what is taking place right now, the floods, people are landless. But I want to thank the Rotary International because they came in my own sub-county where they renovated one of the government health centers 3 called Nakayonza. Even they drilled a borehole where I gave a hand by extending the water from the borehole to the health center. Therefore, I stand to support the motion. Thank you very much, the mover.
Thank you very much. Honorable, yes. We should be drawing to a close now, honorable members.
Thank you very much for it, Honorable Speaker. Chwanko Abdallah, Mkono North, Shadow Internal Affairs Minister. I'm in support of the motion, and I applaud all the activities so far done by Rotary in areas of health, water, and sanitary. However, Right Honorable Speaker, I also call upon Rotary to embrace one of the areas which is within their mandate and objectives, which is peace and conflict resolution, which has not yet been highly done or reflected within their activities, especially at this very time when activities to do with NGOs in this country, the government is committed to twist their operations as per today's daily monitor. So all in all, I applaud and support this motion with a call to do more on issues to do with peace and conflict resolution in areas to do with police, army, in relation with the public.
Thank you. Yes, Dr. Mwaniga.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to join others to support the motion. Right, Honorable Speaker, me, I've never been a member of the Rotary. But from the testimonies I've had here, I'm ready to be recruited. And I beg to submit.
Can we have more of those, like similar to the one of Honorable Bwanika? Nabila
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to support the motion on the reason that I'm requesting that at least Rotary Club could extend the services to Karamoja region, because we have never benefited from all these good stories people are talking about here in Parliament. So I am ready to join the club of the Rotary Club to become a member such that my community and Karamoja as large will benefit out of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I want more of those. Gulu?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I wanted to join Rotary Club in the 8th Parliament because Rotary Club came and I had some areas, very difficult areas in my district. Then the whole of West actually, and so they brought for me boreholes, which I took one to a place called in Lakwana called Abura Monya, and one in Palaro called Bontiet. I was so happy with them. Then I tried. They told me, you be a visitor in the club for consecutive time, but the work of our parliament cannot allow us. In Gulu, it was Thursday. But Thursday, I am supposed to be here in Parliament. So I visited about once and fell out. I visited the second time, it could not be consecutive. So I wish Rotary Club could be a little bit flexible. For members to join, we would love to join, because we know that service above self is very important, and this is what we offer always. Thank you.
There are clubs all around the country. Join anywhere you likely stay, for example, in Kampala. So that Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you are within here, then the Gulu people can wait because the clubs are networked. Okay? Yes, Honorable. And we should be closing.
Right Honorable Speaker, for the sake of record, by the names Nakato Mary Annette, representing people from Buyende District as a woman member of Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm here to second a motion that we pass it to support the Rotarians. But, like I come from Buyende District, I've been seeing a few charitable concerns but being channeled through Ginger. Like we have the president within the house, I'm requesting that Buyende is one of the districts that is meant to benefit from Rotary activities, and I beg that I'm ready to join them on condition that they will also support me. Thank you.
Rotary is voluntary. Honorable members, the innovations because of the difficulties we are facing with this COVID-19, I am advised that the Honorable Auma Helen of Busia District is on Zoom. Can you make your contribution? Is that possible through the Honorable Auma Helen, Busia District? Is that possible? Please proceed. The connection is not possible?
Hello. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Proceed.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Auma Helen Mandela are my names. I'm so glad for this opportunity. I'm not a member of Rotary. According to what my honorable members have spoken, I'm here to defend Rotary. Secondly, leave alone whatever they have spoken. As Rotary, also members will benefit. As you members also benefit.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Order.
If these systems could work better, we'll have more coverage of members who are in it. Yes, UPDF representative? That will be the last from the floor. Then I have the leader of opposition, leader of government business, and then we close. We need to close now.
I
Yes.
am Colonel Charity Bainababo. I rise to commend the good acts of humanity that have been provided by Rotary International. Just like all other members have appreciated them, we seem to be repeating what we have already said. I beg to move that we close the debate.
Honorable members, the motion is closure of debate. And each time that motion is moved, and in the opinion of the speaker, there is concurrence with the mover of the motion, he is under obligation to put the question to that motion. Honorable members, I'll now put the question to the motion that the question be put. Will those in favor say aye? To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put the question. The motion for resolution of Parliament to commend the work of Rotary International in Uganda be approved, be adopted. Will those in favor say aye? To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Charity, for dealing with the situation properly. Thank you. And can we now, we were on the issue of Gulu. The minister is still here. Can we, it's not much debate. It's not a debatable matter at this stage. The matter has been raised as an urgent matter. We can give information and seek clarification. Very, very briefly, that we go to the motion.
Yeah. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I would like to thank Honourable Olbetu Chan for raising very important issues going on right now in Gulu College of Health Science. We call it clinical schools. Right Honourable Speaker, that we wanted the minister to address is that yesterday we went to the school performing our oversight role, and we agreed in the meeting that the student should be given accommodation in the hostels. Students in the hostels. And today in the morning at 10, the regional police commander, the DPC, they mobilized the security personnel. They went to the students' hostel and chased all of them from their hostels. And as we talk now, Right Honourable Speaker, the students are on streets. The students have nowhere to go. We are now worried of the students who are coming from far away. Gulu Clinical Schools has students from Western Uganda, Eastern, Central Uganda, and West Nile. Right Honourable Speaker, yesterday, the students were narrating to us a girl from Bali on the 9th when they were chased away from school. She was looted with all our properties. Right now, ladies who are coming from far away within Gulu districts are on the street in Gulu city. The urgent matter we need the minister to do is to allow those students go back to the hostels right now, Right Honourable Speaker. If not, people who are coming from a far distance, they are in bad problem, Right Honourable Speaker. As I wind up, the minister stated very clearly, let me conclude. Right Honourable Speaker, the minister stated in his submission that members of parliament storm Gulu Clinical School. I really feel that statement is not very right. We are doing our constitutional rights. We went as leaders from Acholi sub-region to make sure the school. Therefore, I beg the Honourable to withdraw the statement that we storm the school. I beg to move.
Thank you. Yes. Please, brief comments on this.
Right Honourable Speaker, to me the statement from the minister was so alarming, especially when the minister is talking about the increase of the tuition fee to be paid by the clinical school at a time when Ugandans have been suffering from the COVID-19. How do you about we increase the tuition fee in June this year, when the parents have not been working, the students are suffering as they went to school. And above all, we got the petition from the students. When we were in Gulu on Sunday, how many students from different areas of Uganda were on streets, they had nowhere to go. They didn't even have transport, the way the school was closed. And when we realized that the students were not violent, I actually, as a chairman of Acholi Parliamentary Group, I appointed Jacob Oulanyah and 5 others to go and sit with the administration. The information I got was that the principal accepted when they explained to him the plight of the student on the street, and they opened the dormitory themselves. I don't know how he's talking about the leaders stormed the school, whether they went and cut the door to the dormitory to send the students on, to go in the dormitory. I need to understand that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Gulu, is that east or west?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm Reverend Father Charles Sunen, and by the grace of God, I'm a member of Parliament in this 11th Parliament. I am here as a delegate of God and also a spiritual sanitizer. Honorable Speaker, according to our rules of procedures, Rule 84, that no offensive and abusive and insultive, blasphemous and unbecoming words can be used by a member of parliament or another person in this august house. It was an insult from the minister to say we storm the school. How do you storm your home? How do you storm your house? We have the constitutional mandate, an oversight role to visit those institutions. Do we need permission from you to visit those institutions of that college? You must come and apologize. Honorable Speaker, if it is not an escape of the lip or of the lips, then could be the question of age. We need to know from the minister. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On the same matter, Honorable Awol, please. You have submitted, please.
Thank you very
Please,
much.
Please.
The Right Honourable Speaker, I want to add my voice to the concerns that have been raised concerning our children at Gulu Medical School. Right Honourable Speaker, as you are aware,
They are
Hello?
Not, they are not kids.
the children, the students that we are talking about are students that are coming from all over Uganda and beyond. And we know that part of these learners are people who are coming from very far. And we also have female students for that matter. Right Honourable Speaker, people are here talking about COVID. Have we forgotten that there's also AIDS in Uganda or in the whole world? The condition that we are subjecting these learners to is really very unfair. And therefore, it would be imperative for us to elucidate this situation and exacerbate so that we can be in a position to help them. It bothers me a great deal, Right Honourable Speaker. When we are talking about issues, we have people who are in charge of this country who should have taken into ponderation the issues concerning our learners. But they take time to react to some of these issues. They allow issues to get out of hand before they can come on board to arrest the situation. So therefore, Mr. Speaker, my prayer is that the Honourable Minister for Education should take charge of his ministry and redirect that those kids, the students, be allowed to get back to the dormitory so that we avoid the situation. Thank you.
Honourable Member.
For record purpose, my name is Vincent Cedric Obong, Lera West Division. I thank you. I beg to submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, this is not a matter of debate. This is an urgent matter. Would you like to sit when the Speaker is speaking? This is an urgent matter. Usually, this kind of interactions don't occur when urgent matters are raised. But this one is unique in its characteristic that students have been locked out and on the streets. I think we have had sufficient interaction on this matter, and the debate we are going to have is without decision. I would like the Minister to respond to those issues raised in very clear terms and provide guidance on the way forward, and then we see how to conclude this matter.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and dear colleagues, it's true that the college we are talking about attracts students from all over Uganda. But students who come to the college are expected to be prepared to learn, to study. The ministry is fully in charge. We have listened to their problems and we are trying to address them. But when the situation comes where you cannot control who does what, somebody has got to come up and create order. We have asked the students to go back to class as we sort out their problems. They are saying no. They are saying no. Council has, the college council, has been talking with these students, saying we are handling your matter. They are not prepared, right? Because understand, people, give us, we are the professionals, give us time to sort out these problems. And I think we have the capacity to do it. We aren't going to run these institutions from Parliament. I've got people who are very highly trained and they're managing the situation. Give us time. We have asked these students to go home. Each and every one of those students has a home. My prayer, Madam, Right Honorable Speaker, give us time. We'll address all the issues these students have raised, and we'll have an environment that is conducive to learning. We have decided to give all the time that is needed to address this problem. But if you are going to say, as it was said yesterday, that please bring back the students who are not willing and ready to cooperate with the administration, it's going to be very difficult to run these institutions. My prayer, Right Honorable, give us time. We are in charge. We have all the ability to sort out this matter. I submit, Right Honorable.
Point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Okot John Amos. Mr. Speaker, the question at hand is about the students who are on the street. The question at hand is to put a human face on those vulnerable students. The minister is narrating a story which is not 100% correct. Mr. Speaker, we went and did our benchmarking on this matter. We went and got the facts regarding the matter which is at hand now. In the first place,
I'm waiting for the point. I'm waiting for the point of order.
Yes, I'm coming there, Mr. Speaker. This principle accepted. The principal even narrated and said the students had been so peaceful. And then the principal herself accepted to open the dormitory for these students. But information and pressure coming from somebody who is not at the college is the one giving all this fear. Is the minister in order to come here and start insinuating as if this matter is a matter that cannot be solved within a day? And yet the students also are willing to be in the school. Just only 1 week to come, they're supposed to sit examination. Is he in order? Yet we are here trying to solve a problem which that problem can be solved even today and now. I thank you.
No, I don't believe that that matter can be solved here and now. That one I don't believe, because there are things that we are not in charge of. Not at all. We don't have all the facts as Parliament. The facts keep coming in and contradicting each other. So we are not very well placed unless we had our own committee to, if it had looked at if these recommendations were coming from the committee, we would be more well placed to accept them. But to bring in that form from members who are not very happy about what has happened and take their facts as facts per se, and with the contrary facts being brought by the minister, I think it would not be a proper time, a proper place for us to take a decision on this matter. But what I'm trying to suggest here is we need a solution. And those students need to find their way to places that are safe. And the most safe and the easiest would be where they were staying. But what would it take, Honorable Minister, for us to find, what time frame would you need to be able to find a solution? What is the nature of the problem? Is it a complex problem that cannot be resolved immediately? Does it require so much time? Because it requires so much time, then you cannot keep students in the dormitories when you have to take 3 months resolving the matter. I am also now being informed that they have to do exams in a short time. Now, all those things taken together, Honorable Minister, what would you suggest should be done? What is the time frame you need to, with your technical people, to resolve this matter with this problem, the leadership of the institution and also the leadership of the students, if they can be involved, so that the matter is resolved in an amicable way? Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, as I said, my people are on ground in Gulu. I've told them not to come back until we have a way forward. But what I cannot say at the moment, how much time it's going to take us. But what I know, and I'm very sure, the students have been asked to go home. If we all talk the same language, these students will be home. They have already left the dormitories where they were forced to go, and I'm sure by end of tomorrow they will all be at home. And that will help us.
Inquiry.
On the council, they have all the stakeholders. We are working with the council as well. And all the stakeholders are accommodated on the council. They will be able to articulate the voices or what the students want. Give us, I can come back another day, probably to tell you how long it's going to take. But right now, what I can say, let the students go home. Most important thing, the colleagues, is the life and the safety of everybody, the children and the school, the college property. We cannot have it, or we cannot be sure of the security and the safety of our children if there is that kind of pulling, pushing. Allow the student to go home, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister, Honorable Minister, we need to find a solution to this. So I'm going to request you to consult with your people on the ground and see the possibilities of resolving this matter quickly. So I'm going to ask you to come back tomorrow, 2 o'clock, and do the consultation necessary in the interim period to see if a solution can be brought quickly, and then we take a decision. But if the solution cannot be brought, the implications then we can be able to handle as members of parliament. But if the solution can be in the short term, then we can also give advice on what you could do to keep down the temperature in the situation. Thank you, sir. This matter is deferred to tomorrow, 2 o'clock, when the minister will brief us about the actual situation and the possibilities of resolution of this matter, the time frames, if he can get them. If he cannot get them, when we take the next decision. Thank you very much. Next item.
Item number 4, motion for resolution of Parliament urging government to gazette part of the Central Forest Reserve at Laro Peche Division.
Laro.
Laro Peche Division, Gulu City, for use by the University of Gulu.
Honorable Ojara Mapinduzi Martin, Badegala Ibi Division in the city of Gulu.
Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to begin by thanking you very sincerely for giving me the opportunity to have this motion Right Honorable Speaker, this motion falls under Rule 56 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament. It's a motion for a resolution of Parliament urging government to degazette part of the Central Forest Reserve at Laro Peche Division, Gulu City, for use by Gulu University. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, whereas government, by statutory instrument number 31 of 2003, established Gulu University as a public university in the then Gulu district with the aim of equitable distribution of education opportunities to the people of northern Uganda. And whereas the main campus of Gulu University is located in Laro Peche Division, Gulu City, Gulu University has seen exponential growth in student numbers, taught and research courses and faculties, necessitating it to establish university branches in Lira, Kitgum, and Oima districts. Aware that one of the biggest challenges faced by Gulu University is lack of land on which to expand, since it is located near Gulu Central Forest Reserve, a forest reserve sitting on about 243 acres of land at Laro Peche Division in Gulu City, and further aware that in fulfillment of the requirements for degazetting Central Forest Reserve under the National Forestry and Tree Planting Act number 8 of 2003, Gulu University entered into a memorandum of understanding with the National Forestry Authority, NFA, wherein the NFA agreed to degazette 70 out of the 243 acres of Gulu Central Forest Reserve in return for Gulu University providing alternative land onto which a new forest reserve will be established. Noting that in 2012, in fulfillment of its Memorandum of Understanding with the National Forestry Authority, Gulu University procured 500 acres of land at Pajeo Village, Latoro Parish, Poro Sub-County, Noya District, for purposes of relocating the 70 acres of the degazetted Gulu Central Forest Reserve. Further noting that in spite of Gulu University fulfilling its obligation under the Memorandum of Understanding with the National Forestry Authority, as well as obtaining planning permission from Gulu Municipality to use part of the Gulu Forest Reserve land, government has not undertaken processes leading to the degazetting of part of the Gulu Central Forest Reserve, as was agreed upon under the Memorandum of Understanding. Recalling that His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, by a letter dated 3rd April 2020, directed the then Prime Minister, Right Honorable Rwakana Rugunda, to take steps to degazette 70 acres of Gulu Central Forest Reserve and avail the land to Gulu University for its expansion. Concerned that in spite of the President's directive, government has not commenced processes leading to the degazettement of part of the Gulu Central Forest Reserve. Cognizant that Gulu Central Forest Reserve can only be degazetted by government through presenting a motion for a resolution of Parliament in accordance with Section 7 and 8 of the National Forestry and Tree Planting Act, upon satisfaction of various other requirements, including providing alternative land for the establishment of a new forest reserve, as well as carrying out an environmental impact assessment. Now, therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, be it resolved that this House, be it resolved by this House that the Minister responsible for water and environment urgently fulfills the President's directive to degazette 70 acres of Gulu Central Forest Reserve and avail land to Gulu University for its expansion. I beg to move.
Is the motion seconded? It's seconded by member for Napak. member for Kitgum, Chegegwa, Nakaseke, Rubaga, Maruzi North, Kilak. Would you like to briefly speak? And Gulu, the other part of Gulu City. Would you like to briefly speak to your motion, Honorable?
Right Honorable Speaker, as I speak to this motion, allow me, Right Honorable Speaker, to inform the House that as I move this motion, we have a team from Gulu University, headed by the University Vice Chancellor, Professor Openjuro, sitting in the gallery. Right Honorable Speaker, when the university started...
You have taken over my job. I should be the one welcoming my guests in the chamber. Now I am...
My sincere apologies, Right Honorable Speaker.
Proceed, Honorable.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, when government saw the need to have this university established, the District Council of Gulu generously offered the then District Farm Institute, which had a total size of land about 15 acres. That was around 2002, 2003. But Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate what has so far been done to have the university grow, and it is important to mention that resources has been provided to put infrastructural development. There are many faculties, and as I speak, the government recently commissioned one of the biggest laboratories, the multifunctional lab, which has been built. It is important to mention, Right Honorable Speaker, that immediately when the university got into memorandum of understanding with NFA and started the process of getting this land as part of the arrangement I talked about, government immediately started providing funds to put infrastructures, and as I speak, the 70 acres that had been provided have those infrastructures built on it, and because that was part of the arrangement. But even if there are already infrastructures built by government, the university does not have any proof to show ownership. It would be fair then that this parliament considers this decision and makes it formal so the university can have a home. But also apart from that, Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to inform this House that the university has made very positive steps that I think should be taken as an example. The fact that the university has provided 500 acres of land to establish another forest in return to the 70 acres that the university is requesting for. I think that is something that we should kindly be able to consider. But I also want to inform this House, Honorable Speaker, sir, that the university has made strides in making sure that the processes for this land acquisition is complete, and I'll request you, sir, that you allow me table some of the documents. We have the land documents for the 500 acres that the university gave in return. The land was equally valued by government. The chief government valuer did his part. The report is here. We also have an environmental impact assessment done on the 70 acres being asked for. It's here. I also have documents including the council resolution supporting the need for the university to have this place. It is therefore my prayer, Right Honorable Speaker, that the honorable members considers and see the need for this university to grow and help in supporting the effort to scale up the level of education in this country. But also, Honorable Speaker, sir, as I speak, I'm a proud product of Gulu University. And there are many other people who went through the same university in this House. The Honorable Catherine Lamwara, the woman member of Parliament for Noya, is a product of this university. The Honorable Akol Anthony is a product of this university. The Honorable Jacob Oulanyah, who is just seated here. The Honorable Judith Peace Achan, and my honorable colleague from, who is the Member of Parliament for Irute, I think Irute North, yes, and there are many others. And so the university, even without having what is needed for it to grow as required, has already contributed significantly. And I think it would be fair that we support the growth of this university. Thank you very much, sir.
Second of the motion.
Not working. It is working. Right Honorable Speaker, I am Nakut Faith, the District Woman Member of Parliament for Napak. I am here to second the motion for a resolution of Parliament urging government to degazette part of the Central Forest Reserve at Laro Peche Division, Gulu City, for use by Gulu University. Right Honorable Speaker, Gulu University has continued to exhibit excellence and is currently ranked the 5th in the country. To date, the university has produced more than 18,000 graduates who are serving in many parts of the country. Therefore, Gulu University needs adequate space that its alumni and the potential students will be proud to identify with. Gulu University championed the processes for establishment of Lira and Arua colleges that are now Lira and Muni universities, which are fully fledged, serving communities of Lango and West Nile subregions. Currently, the university is working to establish the constituent colleges in Moroto and Oima to serve Karamoja and Bunyoro subregions. Right Honorable Speaker, given the exhibited commitment to extend university education to all subregions, Gulu University has not been selfish to think about the Acholi subregion alone. With the motto for community transformation, Gulu University continues to support our agricultural communities. For example, the initiative to process mangoes to give the local fruit farmers income is a good idea. The Moroto Constituent College is poised to teach agriculture and veterinary medicine with the hope of raising human resources that will help Karamoja deal decisively with the issue of hunger. A university of this kind, in my view, needs a home of its own. I therefore submit.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, the question I propose for your debate is that the motion for resolution of Parliament urging government to degazette part of the Central Forest Reserve at Laro Peche Division, Gulu City, for use by Gulu University be adopted. That is the motion for your debate. And the debate starts now. Honorable Minister, you would like to start at this stage or you respond to the debate on the motion? Hello? Huh? Honorable Minister, it might be a good idea for you to respond. Procedure?
Yes, procedure.
Procedure?
Right Honorable Speaker, whereas I support the motion, there is a procedural matter here that, as you may be aware, at the heart of this is the matter of gazetting and gazetting back. The issue of letting me a procedure matter, right?
Attempt was made. In another term of parliament would be the matter came the parliament. The parliament were raised by the that has been stated by the Honorable Chiwanuka. Office and the minister done and when it did